Hello friends, today's video will be about Girish returning from Mount Everest and he will be telling us a little bit about his experience. Enjoy watching. Let's start today's video by asking Girish to summarize his previous month in few words.
Hi, friends. I think I owe you an explanation or an update uh, on what happened after I returned from Everest. So, I remember I was rescued on April 29th. I was taken directly to the hospital where they gave me 5 liters of fluid, maybe more than that, and they did all the testing, CT scan, X-rays, ECGs, and I don't even know what else they were doing. And of course, my family found out about my rescue, so they were quite worried. And I wanted to recover a little bit in Nepal before going and seeing my family. So I chose to stay in Nepal for 4 or 5 days. And after my treatment in Nepal, I went to India, where I was treated further. And I spent, I think, 2 weeks with my family where more recovery happened, of course. So I think I became physically okay after treatment in India. However, my physical fitness, and not only just physical fitness, my physical, mental, and emotional fitness is gonna need some time. And today is May 31st. So I'm hoping June month is going to bring me uh, more fitness. So that's a high level update on what happened last month after I returned from Everest.
Girish, all your subscribers are curious to know what made you decide to return from Everest and to stop your expedition.
Friends, I should tell you why I was rescued from Everest. So on April 13th, um, I remember vividly, I was served tea and I instantly felt something is not right, and I vomited a lot on that day and couldn't eat. Next day, of course, we had to do a little bit of training because we were going to do Loboshe the day after. I did Loboshe, which is 20,000 feet. So since April 13th, my health uh, wasn't good. Like I was sick. I was fighting back and forth, somehow managing my Everest expedition, trying to move forward. I got to the base camp where I spent time in recovering as well as training and exercising and hiking. And finally, we all mutually decided that I need to give it a try going up on Camp 1, otherwise season was going to be over. So we went to Camp 1 on April 28th, and it took me longer than expected. Of course, I wasn't well. I got to Camp 1 and I was kind of excited that I may continue, but on the night of 28th, uh, my condition became very, very worse. So much so that I had to call my guide in the middle of the night. And I told Tommy that I need a helicopter to return. So it was my call to return. And when my guide found out and they did the assessment, they agreed that I should return because of my medical condition. And when I was in the hospital, all the medical tests confirmed that um, my return was necessary. In fact, the doctors wrote in their final report that because of my medical condition, I should terminate my Everest expedition. So, this is what happened on Everest and why I returned.
Girish, let us know what kind of treatments you received in Kathmandu when you were rescued.
When people ask me what was the medical treatment I received in Nepal, to be honest, when I got to the hospital, I didn't have any energy left. I hadn't slept for several nights. So in the hospital room, I vaguely remember that I was sleeping all the time. Whenever they would wake me up to get my consent, because there was no other family members, so they needed my consent for everything. I would wake up briefly and I'll say, just do whatever you want to do, and then fall asleep. So I do not know what all the treatments I received, but what I know for sure is I received more than 5 liters of fluid. Lots of testing was done: CT scan, ECG, X ray, and what else? There was one more testing they did, I'm forgetting. They gave me some medication that I don't remember, and then they asked me to be on medication for a week. They required a follow up after 2 days to see if I'm improving or not. And the reports showed that I got edema. I think pulmonary edema. Sorry, I haven't said this word many times, so I can't even pronounce this word well. Um, and My medical treatment continued for 2 more weeks in India, where I was given more medication plus complete rest. What my part in recovery is to essentially do nothing. All I would do is just stay in bed. I didn't have any energy to do much in any way. So most of the times I would rest, making sure that I don't expose myself to any more bacteria or any new challenge in whatever way. Um, so I think it paid off. I protected myself from any unnecessary exposure, as well as gave my body enough rest. And again, you have to understand, when we think about recovery, physical recovery is one thing, but mental and emotional recovery um, was extremely important, because it took a toll when I returned from Everest. I still ask myself, did I fail everyone because they supported me so much, or what? But anyway, this battle will continue in my mind for a long time.
Girish, because we know how important family is to you, we would like to know what their opinion was after your rescue.
My family was quite upset, worried, concerned. They all had sleepless nights, and of course, I have many well wishers, and they didn't like that I was in a difficult situation, and they were also kind of more puzzled because they were not getting any updates properly. I wasn't able to speak, I couldn't talk to anyone, so it was hard for everyone. And they felt a little bit of relief when I made my first call after returning from the hospital in Kathmandu. And when I returned to India, I could see um, how worried they were. So, my family, just like anyone else's family, love me so much. And I'm just happy that I got such a wonderful family. But I would not want to give them so much trouble because of what I do. My family didn't want me to go to Everest, but knowing my will and commitment and preparation, training, everything, they came on board. Um, but they remained um, concerned or worried every day that I'm on Everest expedition. Their opinion is that I'm doing something wonderful. Sometimes they say that you can do wonderful things without going to Everest. I think it's everyone's personal choice how they want to live their life and what they want to do with their life.
Girish, how did you maintain a positive mindset after Mount Everest?
It's very difficult because many a times the only feeling that I get is that I failed everyone. I'm not so concerned about my personal failure, but all the people who supported me or who believed in me. This feeling is bothering me a lot that I failed everyone. Still, I try to keep the positive mindset because what I tell myself is I still got my life, uh, and I'll get good value out of my life, and I'll make it up to everyone one way or the other. I will still bring goodness in the community however I could. So that's how I try to maintain the positive mindset. Well, again, I want to thank you for your interest in learning more about what happened on Everest, how my Everest expedition went. And yes, you are welcome to watch my expedition. What is this? Everest expedition series or playlist that's on YouTube. And I really want to thank you for your support and your wishes. I look forward to connecting with you again. Thank you.